Okay, back again with another training video. So today, starting the video with the 48 work, and I managed to push press on both sides today, which is a new thing. I have managed to push press on the left, and now this is the first time I managed to push press on the right. Yesterday I didn't even manage to push press on the left. I think I was still a little fatigued from those heavy 8s that I did a couple of days ago, but push pressing this on the right is definitely an achievement for me, and obviously going forward I'm just gonna have to keep building those reps, right? Try and get more and more reps at 48, and hopefully at some point doing enough push presses on each side that I can build up to strict pressing that 48. I did almost strict press the 40. There was a little bit of push press on that the other day, which was yesterday. But I think in time I'm going to be able to strict press that 40. It's way closer than it was before. Maybe 10 push presses on each side is what's going to equate to a strict press. I thought it was 8, but maybe it's more likely to be 10. So maybe push pressing the 48 for 10 on one side should equate to a strict press. We'll see. Maybe it's 9 reps. I don't know. We'll just experiment with that and we'll see what the proxy is. So today I didn't do any barbell work, and that's typically what I've been doing on Saturdays. Just been doing sort of kettlebell stuff. I did do some pull-ups today, but I'm not going to show it. I'm just going to show this this little bit of conditioning work that I did, and it's based off, and it's a little taste tester of a program that I'm going to follow, which was designed by Jeff Newport, who is sort of like one of those kettlebell guys from way back. I think he still trains people. He writes a lot of books on kettlebells. He's got a lot of circuits, and I call this the Steve, right? So, or the simple Steve, where I clean, I press, and that's a dirty press, and I front squat. And what I found was when I looked up some things, and I was looking up things for fat loss and conditioning, I found this thing called Dry Fighting Weight, this program, and it has clean press and front squat, which is exactly what I've been doing, but he has it in two different orders. So I might just quickly describe the program to you. So the program has 2 different sort of movements. You've got the clean and press, and then the front squat, which is effectively what I'm doing there. That's what I call the Steve. And they do the clean and press first, and then you rest, and then you do the front squats after. And he's got a few protocols for that. So you do it 3 times a week, and you set a timer for 30 minutes, and then you do a typical ladder. You do 1, 2, 3. So like with the clean and press, you would do a clean press once, a clean press twice, a clean press 3 times, and then you would do, I guess you would do a clean and squat, maybe. I don't know. I'm not completely familiar with what he suggests for the other complex, but maybe it's clean squat once, clean squat twice, and clean squat 3 times, and then you rest for as much time as you need. Maybe for someone more advanced, it's like the work to rest ratio is 1 to 2, but you do that for 30 minutes, so you're going to accumulate quite a lot of work in that 30 minutes, trying to work with relatively heavy weight. He suggests doing a weight which is close to your 5 RM for pressing. And right here, I'm using the 36s, which is clearly not my 5 RM for pressing. I can press the 36s for 3 reps. Maybe if I tested it fresh, I would be able to do it for 4. So it's probably a bit too heavy for this, but that's all I've got. I don't have the 32s. Maybe I'll have to go buy some. So anyway, to reiterate, you do 30 minutes of work and then you do these little complexes in it and you rest as much as you need and you stay as fresh as possible and you try and get through these strength movements. Now, the idea behind this is based off a couple of papers which I couldn't find. He didn't put any references in his strong first post. I'm going to keep looking for them, but he theorizes that the fact that developing particular type of muscle fibers helps reduce body fat directly. And I think it was a mouse model, and I think I have read this is Boris hanging out in the video. I have read the paper before, but I couldn't find it. But I did find another paper which was quite interesting, and I think I might share that with you. But yeah, the idea is that, well, his idea is that you're developing these fiber types that help with the utilization of, well, I think he suggests the utilization of glucose. I haven't seen him state that, but in this other paper, it talks about that. And that helps with this fat loss. And look, I like food, and I don't really, the bars is so cute. I don't really feel like calorie restricting because I like food. So I was thinking of trying to find a method where I could maybe lean out with some sort of conditioning and see what happens. Now, when I did 10,000 swings last year, I did get Adam to do some skin folds for me, and within the first week, I lost 1% of body fat based off skin folds. So, if these sorts of movements, these sort of dynamic movements with kettlebells are sort of, in quotation marks, fat burning, then I'm willing to give it a try just for a few weeks to see what happens and to commit a little bit more time to it than I have been. So I've been doing a little haphazard conditioning here and there, 1 minute maybe, up to 6 minutes of work. But with this program, it's 30 minutes of effort. Now, today I don't have 30 minutes of me doing this Steve complex, but starting next week, I do want to push it. I don't think I'm willing to do 30 minutes straight away, but I will probably titrate up and do 20 minutes of work and try and build to, I don't know even if I will build to 30 minutes. I'll start with 20 minutes and see if that's enough to see a reduction in waist. So I'm going to measure my waist as a proxy, and maybe I can get Adam to do some skin folds for me to see if there is a body composition change based off this style of training, because I don't know if anyone else is like me. I'm not interested in suffering and reducing my food, and reducing food is going to impact my performance in other ways. And I wonder, I managed to, when I was doing the swings, my performance in barbell training wasn't really reduced at all, and though there was an increase in cardio. So I wonder if these 3 sessions a week of conditioning can be done without negatively impacting my performance with the barbell training. So we're going to experiment. I know it's a bit of a risk, but you never know until you try. And if it pays off, maybe it might even just help with my work capacity so I can get more work in. That's probably going to be an added benefit from it. So my plan is to follow this this dry fighting weight program for maybe, I'm going to do the 5 weeks, and I'm going to use his protocols, his ladders, and his days, and maybe, if you're interested, I might put a link to the original post in the description, so you can go have a look and you can maybe have a play with it yourself. I'm not going to do it strictly. I'm not going to split the clean and press and front squat. I'm just going to do it via Steve's. I'm going to put them all together. So I don't know how I'm going to do that with the ladders. I might work that out coming forward, but I think I'm going to attempt to do this with 36s, and I'm not going to strict press. I'm going to keep push pressing, because I don't think, well, if I had the 32s, I'd probably try to do it with strict pressing, but look, I'm not going to be able to strict press this for, I don't know, maybe never say never, but at this point I think it makes sense for me to push press, because look, the push press is it's still really hard. And yeah, and just link them all together and see what happens. So that's going to be an interesting experiment. I've got a number of experiments going on at the same time, but that's the fun of kettlebell training. Anyway, I'll catch you tomorrow. I'm going to be doing some pause squats as part of my deload, and that should be pretty fun too.